Movie Guys podcast sponsored by Natural Light. If Natural Light came to us and said, "Hey, Anheuser Busch, but Natural Light. If Anheuser Busch comes up to us and says, "Hey, we want Natural Light to sponsor Movie Guys because Jordan's a rager when it comes to Natty Light. Here's $1 million for 5 years." Would you drink a Natty Light on air?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Nettie, Anheuser-Busch, if you are hearing this right now, yeah, I would happily drink a beer on air for $1 million.
Hello, and thank you very much for downloading this most recent episode of Movie Guys Podcast. You can download many more episodes at movieguyspodcast.podbean.com.
This has been on the schedule, right? Avatar 2 or just Avatar Way of Water has been on the schedule on and off, on and off, on and off. I said to you in November, we're going to go see this in December. We're like, nah, but it's like almost 4 hours. But it's on Disney Plus. It's on HBO Max. Eric, we are finally here reviewing Avatar Way of Water. How the hell are you doing today?
13 years in the making. Here we are.
Yeah, we're here.
This is the one. This was it. This movie, per James Cameron himself, said in order for this movie to make any sort of profit, it would have to make over $2 billion.
Well, it already did.
And as of this recording, it's made $2.32 billion.
Congratulations. So, Eric, you and I talked before this recording, and you decided that it was okay for me to take them off, right? So, a little bit of a warning here, should I say? Right?
Yeah. Go ahead and give the disclaimer.
Yeah. Jordan's going to go off the rails. Jordan's going to say
going blue tonight.
Yeah, Jordan's going to say some stuff, and I'm sure Eric's going to say some stuff because when Jordan goes, Eric goes, and this is going to be as long as the movie, I bet. So,
it does not need to be.
No, it does not. Just like this movie doesn't need to be. So, just a fair warning, guys. There's going to be a lot of swearing, a lot of immaturity on my part because this movie, this franchise has affected me. Really, and I got a lot to say about it. So without further ado, if you don't want to hear a lot of cussing or anger, I understand, but this movie has affected me. So I have to get off my chest. So there's my little warning.
A good place to start, I think, unless you already had a marker here, would be what you told me before we started watching. Or I think after we were talking about it and I said that I had just got done watching the first 48 minutes of it. And you had then shared something with me.
Yeah, so this movie came out in December of 2009. I was a year into dating my now wife, and I never saw this in theaters. I was a James Cameron fanboy. Numerous times have I said in the show how much I love James Cameron. So I've never seen this movie, meaning Avatar. I've never seen Avatar. I know the scenes. I've seen the scenes on YouTube, but never seen the movie all the way through. So I didn't think I needed to watch the first movie, so I turned this movie on Disney Plus, and I get 5 minutes into it, probably 5 minutes, and my wife and I both look at each other and go, "What the hell? All right, we got to watch the first movie because I'm not understanding what the hell is going on." Because I knew that, okay, this is what I knew. Dude in wheelchair.
Jay Sully.
Again, this was my mind, right? Dude in wheelchair.
Yep.
Is in this blue dude, and he has to go through a machine to switch brains. Like that's what I thought, right? Didn't know.
Okay.
So Gina and I decided that we were going to spend a week with Avatar. That's why I'm so about this episode tonight, because we started watching it last Monday, the first one. It took us all the way till Thursday. And then we started Avatar 2 for this review on Friday, and we just finished it last night. Monday night, yeah. So it's been a whole week. We watched both these movies back to back. I will say this, spoiler, Eric.
Okay.
Watching these movies back to back, it is a great HBO Max limited series. Wonderful.
Oh, sure.
Great. You watch 30, 40 minute segments of both of these combined. Great, right? Just as good as Breaking Bad or Walking Dead. Last of Us, like some of those classics, right?
Yeah.
So, so now here comes the part, Eric. I'm pissed. I'm really, really pissed. And I'm pissed at the movie. I'm pissed at the story. I'm pissed at the special effects that was sold to me. I'm pissed at James Cameron. I'm pissed at James Cameron. And I'm pissed at James Cameron.
Yep.
This guy's a tard.
Yep.
I mean, like, we all know I'm a huge Aliens fan, and this guy has ripped off, like in these 2 movies, has ripped off all of his movies into one big movie with Avatar. I will say this. I will give the first Avatar a small bag.
Okay.
I'll give it a small bag.
I'm letting you go up. I'm letting you cook right now. Go ahead.
Right. Well, I would like your feedback on this because, like, the special effects were sold to me as this spectacle, and I'm thinking, yeah, it's 2009, but here we are almost 20 years later. But still, though, like, it looks no different than Mario to me. So maybe I'm spoiled. So what freaking spectacle? I don't know. Story, I'm not going to insult the movie by saying that it's Blue Pocahontas because everybody has been there, done that. But sure, the story's been there, done that. The villains, the human villains, were so pathetic. It didn't really. I just watched the movie last week, Eric. It really didn't specify why they were at Pandora. They just went to Pandora to blow up Home Tree to get Wolverine metal. They don't really explain it. And then you waste good character actors like he's been in a lot of movies, but he was like the main bad guy, not the blind guy from Don't Breathe, but he was Phoebe's half brother guy. He's also in Saving Private Ryan. You know what I'm talking about, that dude?
Giovanni Ribisi.
Thank you. That guy's a great character actor, and like he was so wasted. Sam Worthington, I know this was his first big role before, like, you know, Terminator Salvation and like remember Wrath of the Titans, wherever came out. Sure, but like that dude sucks. Sigourney Weaver, she was completely miscast. She shouldn't have been in this movie at all. In the first movie, Gamora, because she's Gamora now. Zoe, whatever. She's fine, right? She was fine, but the movie was fine. The first movie was fine. So a small bag for me. I hated the colonel or like the main army dude. His motivations were piss freaking poor, dude. Just piss poor, Eric. It made no sense.
So I looked up a lot of this because as I was watching Avatar 2, I have a lot of questions. I have so many questions as I'm watching this movie. It just keeps on coming up. And so I've came a point where I had to stop this. And thankfully, again, that this was streaming because it allowed me to pause and do some homework a bit on this. And every time I looked something up, I don't know if I really got an answer so much as it feels like a brush off and just world building almost, where it's just,
okay.
Except this is the way of life now, right? So they are still building the world, by the way, too. So with every movie and every installation, we get more and more world building. Of course, that's how it works.
Oh, God.
So in this future, capitalism has completely taken over, and it's just companies that run the new world order, right? This new world economy. And the big one is RDA, run by Giovanni Ribisi, right? The Resources Development Administration.
Might as well say Weyland-Yutani.
Yep, you could say Walmart, you know, or whatever the one for Wall-E was.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, through whatever reason or whatever, in the future, Earth has been depleted of all their resources, and so RDA has won the bid from the world government to be the sole company that provides off-Earth materials. And I guess in this future where they're able to expand to the far reaches of the galaxy and master interstellar travel at such a great number too. Like they said they've been doing it. They've mentioned that they colonize, that they harvest and colonize other planets, but for some reason unobtainium is only available on Pandora, a moon in the Alpha Centauri system. So
I've been there, done that. That's the plot of how many space movies?
but it doesn't specify how they came to know what unobtainium was. It seems kind of odd to me that if this
Right.
is the only place where it grows, and you know that you've done no due diligence anywhere else to maybe, or maybe that's what you are doing. Maybe you're expanding the universe to find this rare diamond of an element in the galaxy, which I think I just did James Cameron's job for him, by the way, by coming up with that.
Well,
It's
Eric, to interrupt you, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but
sure.
unobtainium's not even in this movie, in the sequel.
Right. Right. So going back to it, yeah, we do get tugged many different ways in this movie. Anyway, for unobtainium, I don't first discovering it, second then refining it, and then figuring out that this is the solution to all of your resource and energy issues on Earth. Seems like, again, a far-fetched thing, but whatever, it's the future. I can, we'll just believe it for some reason, right?
Right. Yeah, that's the MacGuffin.
Also, that the RDA is not allowed to use any weapons of mass destruction. Apparently, publicity is a big deal, and marketing campaign runs strong because the world government on Earth is run by the citizens. What does that mean? I don't know. We've only seen nothing of Earth, right?
Are they saying that this world is like Starship Troopers world, where you're a citizen after you serve?
No, this is a bit more overpopulated and I guess communist, right? Because communist is
So okay, so like Judge Dredd style, like the remake Judge Dredd style, where they're all living in mega cities.
that feels a bit more believable.
Right. Okay. All right. Again, been there, done that. And then James Cameron, I've been reading interviews saying that he came up with this idea like during Terminator 1. Bullshit, you did. Like, no, you didn't. Stop being George Lucas and saying, when I made the first Star Wars movie, I had this whole thing. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. And then I guess he was going to make this in 1999, but technology just wasn't what it was. Oh, shut up.
That's the thing too, is that I feel that a lot of his reason behind these movies is to really bring in new technology. He's done so with both movies. The first one being with the Real D, the 3D Dolby D technology, the IMAX stuff, and this one with this whole 4K ultra mega resolution camera capture stuff that he uses. I think it looks great. That no one can argue that. I dare anyone to. Yeah.
I mean, 4K, isn't that in our TVs now?
It's somewhat, yeah. But this is like, they're doing some next level stuff with it. I think it looks great, but that's the highlight to me of what these movies are. I think that's really what he's selling, instead of it being the message. Maybe he's doing both at the same time. Maybe he's very passionate about his environment or environmental kind of views, and he's just a professional at making movies at this tech stuff. Or I don't know. I'm not even gonna pretend to know James Cameron, to be honest.
Well, I mean, I thought I knew James Cameron. I said to my wife, I was like, look, if I was James Cameron, I would have made the first Avatar movie, right? Because at that point in time, the dude was untouchable. I've already gone through his list with you. One could argue greatest filmmaker of all time, especially with box office, right? I mean, the dude's never missed, especially now. Dude's never missed. But it's like Avatar should have been done for him. The love story between Gamora and freaking Sam Worthington, whatever his name is. Sam Worthington? What's his name?
Jake Sully.
Jake Sully. Stupid. Terrible. I have a lot of questions. Like, wait a minute. So you tell me that Sigourney Weaver has developed these machines? Like, so it takes the human being's consciousness from their body to a fake Navu body that they just manufactured in a lab?
Yeah, so I looked into this a bit more too. This guy's in a wheelchair, and apparently they do have the technology to repair all of him, but it is expensive, as you would imagine anything to be in this capitalism world-run government, and he can't afford it. And well, we all know how the industry treats its veterans, right? So they kind of RDA, that is, I think, give him the promise that, hey, we'll give you use of your legs again in form of this avatar.
Right. Then he has that ridiculous love story.
Which I'm just going to hold on right here because I find it really hard to believe that it's cheaper to manufacture a clone avatar for this person than it is to repair his spine.
Correct. I find that absolutely ridiculous. And another thing that I just find ridiculous is, guess what? One of the selling points was for the first Avatar movie was Sigourney Weaver. Do you know what it is?
No.
This was a selling point. This was a selling point. Sigourney Weaver in the 70s and 80s and 90s used to be known as a very predominant cigarette smoker, and she quit in like around after Alien 3 time in real life. So her character was to smoke in this movie. So the cigarette and the smoke that she has in her hand and she blows out of her mouth wasn't there. It was all digital.
Whoa, you know what? Actually, my whole view on this movie has not changed at all, actually, after you said that.
Now, so that's
0.
Avatar 1. That's Avatar 1. I give it a small bag. But we're here reviewing Avatar 2. Right? I just wanted to give backstory about where we are. So this movie is now, they say 12 years later after the first movie.
Oh, God, that makes it worse. That makes it worse. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's 12 years later. And at the end of the first movie, Jack Scully gets whatever. I don't care. Jack? Is it Jake or Jack?
Yeah, it's both. That's both.
I'm sorry. I didn't make it louder. What is it, Jake or Jack? I'm sorry.
It's Jake.
Jake Scully.
It really doesn't matter because, in this name of what all these
Mr.
native Moat name and Kiri and Loak and Tuk and then Jake.
I'm gonna call him Mr. Glass. So Mr. Glass somehow gets Home Tree 2, which that pissed me off in the first movie too. It's like, no, Home Tree, they're destroying Home Tree, but then they go to this Home Tree in a cave. Anyway, he gets wrapped in this Home Tree cocoon, and the movie ends with his eyes opening up, and now he's fully transformed into this avatar form. So it's been 12 years, and he has, 5 kids with Gamora, right?
Yeah, let's go with 5.
Yeah, they have 5 kids. One's clearly Sigourney Weaver, de-aged. And they're living their life, right? They're living their life, just having a gay old time, no problem at all. Jumping through trees, 5 kids, and then
and with 5 fingers,
so they're not pure blood. But then after like this really, really long-winded, this long-winded opening about what's been going on, and using scenes from the first movie. By the way, it goes immediately to the Colonel being awakened in avatar form. Joke's on you, the Colonel or whatever, the main bad guy, right? He decided to clone himself a la Ripley style or whatever, and they somehow have cloned him into this avatar with his rest of his team. So the whole plot of Avatar 2 is, you killed the original dude, so now his clone and his clone army is going after Mr. Glass. Like, that's the plot. And I'm just like, what are you doing? No, that's so stupid.
Yep.
Why are you making this a revenge plot? Don't make this a revenge plot. Why are you making the clone an avatar? Oh, my God. This is the same guy who plays the blind rapist in Don't Breathe, who becomes a hero in the second one.
Well, he's not a hero in this movie, but here's the thing, what baffles me is that these guys are built and cloned as the Na'vi, right? And instead of trying to infiltrate or do any sort of covert operation, they dress in human clothes with human guns and talk all human. And they're just like, all right, well, should we just all just bust in through the front door then? And they do. That's their mission, in broad daylight or to do whatever, to try to just run in there, kidnap his kids, right? They were on a scout mission and they kidnapped the kids first, which is one of 4 or 5 times, maybe 3, 4. How many times do these kids get kidnapped in this movie?
1 every hour.
You can make it a drinking game, yeah.
You could get drunk. Eric, you're right,
for
by
each kid that gets kidnapped in this movie, you have to take a shot. So when all three of them get kidnapped, that's a 3-shotter. It's a triple shot.
Oh God, I'm so fucking pissed. Like it's just all by happenstance. Yeah. So right now the Navy SEALs in our military are screaming like, "No, you infiltrate! Like what are you doing?"
Or the other thing is like,
oh,
again,
God.
this is what always bothers me is that these movies, like, they show off that they have this super technology, this super technology, but for some reason, like, you still can't, like, that you still just can't do this one thing, like get rid of one particular person. Like, you don't, there's sniper rifles don't exist in this movie, homing missiles don't exist in this movie. You know, like any sort of like cloaking, like invisibility thing. I don't know, a satellite where it's just like can look down at one area and just kind of blow it up type of thing. I hear the argument that, oh, that would be bad PR, just like the whole fucking movie is an assassination mission, buddy. I don't think it's about PR anymore, especially after the first movie when they blew up a goddamn tree. So now they're just wiping out the species. They're already sucking the life out of the planet. I guess the people are okay with that, but they draw the line at killing the people, but not the animals. And that's the I know we're jumping forward with the other animal harvesting thing, but we'll get there later on. But they even showed then that they were killing the natives then too. Seems like it wasn't a problem, especially for a company that signed off on not using weapons of mass destruction. So I guess they can just go around and killing them with small weapons of destruction instead.
Is it the same company? Is it Weyland-Yutani again? Like, is it the same company?
I thought that the Whalers either were independent people or a part of the same company.
Okay,
but I would imagine it's got to be RDA, right? Because they're doing off materials.
I'm pretty pissed about the Whalers. I'm really pissed about the Whalers. But let's talk about the beginning.
Yeah.
Talk about the movie some more. Also, the beginning is Mr. Glass here says it's been 12 years since the Sky People have arrived. The Sky People have arrived. You were in a battle 12 years ago, and when they arrive back, they just completely like when the Sky People, when the humans come down from the ship, they just completely nuclear bomb this whole forest, right? By the the engines. And then they have time to build a railway system?
Yeah.
And that's like the first big battle is that they arrive and there's nuclear bomb goes off. And what I mean by that, folks, if you haven't seen the movie, is that the humans are coming back to the planet, but as they are landing, they have this huge fireball and it's just creating a nuclear bomb, if you will. And then the Na'vi don't do anything about it. So this gives them enough time to build a railway system to go to different parts of the area to deliver goods. And then, Mr. Glass and his sons and his team stop trains. Like, what? Like, you are at war with the Sky People. Why are you allowing them to build railway systems?
Yeah,
I don't understand this.
About the logistics of that as well too, because it does seem, as they've shown in this later on in the same movie, that using just an aircraft would be just as effective, if not more, just because there's no interference. You can just pick up and fly, or even, dare I say, maybe establishing your launch point at the refinery, at wherever the mine is, like just kind of close by there, and not build your colony, however many kilometers away from your dig site, especially on a hostile planet that you know to be hostile and are having difficulties with. So that's the other thing too, is that like a lot of the decisions made on this planet, I feel like these people have never played Command and Conquer. And yeah, their refineries are depleted.
Hey everybody, before we land back on this planet that we had a massive battle that we lost hundreds of our humans with, we took down their tree. How about when we land, we don't drop a nuclear bomb? How about we come back and be like, hey, peace, we're sorry. That guy was a jerk. We're sorry. Let's move on. That doesn't happen. Another thing that does happen in this movie, and I'm so mad at Movie Guys podcast because we watch movies all the time. I just know it. Mr. Glass, Jake Scully, whatever. He's so about protecting of his two boys. And I look right at my wife, I'm like, okay, one of the boys is going to die at the end of the movie. I mean, that's obvious at this because he's so overprotective. What I'm trying to get at is that this movie doesn't give me anything new with a plot. It's so stupid. It hits you in the face with like, okay, this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. Oh, the one that looks like Sigourney Weaver, she's going to be special somehow because she's Sigourney Weaver. It's just nonsense. So Scully's.
Hold on, just to add on to that real quick, because after I was thinking a bit more about this movie, and it might be because of the sons and just how they go, but I did get vibes of The Patriot, Mel Gibson.
Oh,
kind of in this movie.
good.
I know that all of his kids die in that movie, and there are some obviously kids that are living this one, but it just seems just kind of like maybe the overall theme and just kind of maybe I'll do a report on that one. Maybe I'll have to watch The Patriot again. All the happy movie that is, but
you and I need to go back to college. Go back to college and write a thesis about how this movie's theft from everything. This movie's more theft with other movies than Point Break and Fast and Furious.
I can't even say that because I don't think that our Avatar 2 really knows what the hell it wants to be. It feels like just a man on cocaine telling me every story at once, and it's just, well, hold on, you just we're not done telling me about the air people. It's like, oh yeah, they're still there, but now we're gonna go to the water. It's like, well, wait a minute, well, why are we going next door if like is that an option? Like, why would not go further if there's an option to do that, or just like completely, no, we're gonna go next door to the water people. And we're just going to mix air and water because that's a thing, apparently. Oh. It's almost like a Cherokee going to be a Mayan. It's like, oh, yeah, well, yeah, they're both natives, right? Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah, I have questions about that. But
same type of corn, right, y'all grow?
So the evil colonel comes back, Avatar form, happenstance, kidnaps kids. We get a fight, right? Did you notice that one of the avatars with the colonel, like one of the bad guys, is full armor, like tattoos? And it's like, when did that happen? By the way, I was like, when did all these tattoos happen on this person? Like somebody literally, like when the Avatar party was like, hey, put all these tattoos on me, like used to. That pissed me off. The tattoos pissed me off on these avatars. It made me mad.
I swear, I was looking to see if the colonel had the scars on his Na'vi face.
And he did
still.
It did it, which was silly. So then Scully's reaction, this guy who turned on humankind, which his motivations in the first movie from turning on the humans was completely stupid, right? If you're going to make me believe that a human's going to turn on a human to save these types of people, then you got to make me believe it. And it didn't make me believe it. But so in this movie, this soldier, this badass, this motherfucker, like, I hate humans. His response is, hey, the colonel's clone is back, so we're going to take the family and we're just going to go, I don't know, east, west, wherever the hell they go, to get away. And then the forest of Pandora that we spent the whole first movie on doesn't exist, doesn't come back, forgets everything. We forget all about the clans that helped him in the first movie, that helped him from different regions of the planet. Doesn't matter. We're going to water. Clearly to the most stereotypical Hawaiians I've seen since Moana. And I was just like, what? I mean, like, they even do like that Hawaiian, I can't do it, I'm not going to do it to offend people, but how they do like the slap in the knees and the blah.
It's called the haka. And I would love for you to try to mimic that noise right about now.
No, I'm white as hell.
You got to get your tongue way out there, buddy. Make it touch your chin.
I like sauerkraut too much. So I just... No, but I just like, this is a complete stereotype. I don't know if it was intentional. I'm not trying to say that I'm offended or triggered by it. I'm not. I'm just looking at them like, oh, these people are Hawaiian. That's clearly what this is. They even have like the Hawaiian tattoos, like the tribal stuff.
Yeah.
And they have their tails are not normal. They're like fish fin tails, and they're kind of have like that Kevin Costner gills, with the hands and the web. Like, okay, all right, so we're down to that point. And now the rest of the movie at this point is the chief of the water people is like, hey, I don't want you to be here. My wife, who really runs the show, doesn't want you here. But we understand that you are running away because you are a wuss and you're not going to fight. So we're going to train you our way. And for 2 hours, it's training.
Yeah.
Literally, for people that are listening, 2 hours of a Rocky IV training montage. That's all it is. That's this movie, Eric.
They do learn a lot in that 2 hours, and I would say that it's bad. None of it really makes a whole lot of sense. The excuse they give for being underwater for extended periods of time is that they can hold their breath and slow their heart rate so they can hold their breath for longer. Which I don't know. I think I just ran outside and kicked a puppy after I heard that. It was
Sigourney
the
Weaver.
worst thing. I just needed to.
Breathe right there.
Yeah.
Breathe right there. You got to breathe in the gut. You know, Eric, Sigourney Weaver learned to hold her breath underwater for 14 minutes for the filming of this movie.
I went outside, I dug a hole, and I screamed in that hole. I yelled.
This movie's fucking terrible. Like, oh my God. How much does this cost?
A $250 million.
It didn't cost $250 million.
It did. This costed $250 million to make. That was the budget.
Wow.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sure that was reported at a certain time, but estimated budget after, is anywhere from 350 to 460. That's is what the wiki is reporting, but I'm pretty sure I saw Box Office Mojo report that differently. Either way, an obscene amount of money. Like that's a ridiculous amount of money to make one movie.
That's more than some countries' governments.
After 13 years as well, too.
Oof. Okay, Eric. Before we break down more about the movie, because we haven't talked about another character that pisses me off.
I thought I had some stats here about it because it was something like in that time that it took to make this movie, which by the way, this movie cost $500 million to make, so let's just, or $250 million, whatever, and it's only made $2 billion, and it needed a lot of that to recoup of its investors, or probably from investment and stuff like that. So I think it probably just broke a little bit over into the black, right?
Okay.
So, in the time it took to make that movie, Marvel has made like 7 movies that made $1 billion. Disney has like 20 plus movies that made $1 billion. Illuminavision had 3 movies that made $1 billion. DreamWorks had like 3 plus movies that made $1 billion. There were 2 DC movies that made $1 billion. There was that's Illumination. Pixar, I guess we can put that into Disney, but they had 7 that made $1 billion. Star Wars, we can put that into Disney as well too. Like these are all movies that made, right? Like just as much in less time than that.
They don't have the James Cameron 4K. I can do whatever I want. You see, that's why I want
the investments. Go ahead.
No, yeah, because that's what I want to get at with that. Before I talk about a character that I hate more than anything in this movie, is it stupid for people like me and you to get pissed off and say fuck James Cameron? I mean, like, I have defended this guy through and through throughout many podcasts. This guy can't do no wrong.
I mean, who are we, right?
Well, I'm just asking because, like, I think that's kind of a legitimate point. Like this movie, I feel sucks. Like, I feel this is one of the top 10 films we've ever reviewed because it's just like, what am I seeing? Is it just because you have that Tarantino name, like that Cameron name? Is that why? It's just like any other director. I just don't get it.
Yeah, it might be that he's on his own high horse and he's trying to do his own type of thing. It really does feel that he's just milking studios for money to kind of do what he wants to do, which is, I guess, live at the bottom of the ocean floor, and just kind of, I don't know. He seems to have gone down there many a time and enjoys doing it, and that's where a lot of his inspiration came from, right?
I thought that was Titanic.
Was going to the floor?
Yeah, right. Didn't he go down there a few times?
He went down. He saw Titanic after he made the movie.
Oh, I thought it was before. Okay.
No, he made the movie, and I think he went down to go after, and then that inspired him to go down even further, and so that's when he had like commissioned to have this special sub built. It took like 7 years to make. Yeah,
So he's an innovator.
It was a weird thing. Yeah, I think I just watched like 60 minutes on it. Like, yeah, and then it takes you like a 2.5 hour free fall. You get dropped from the ocean, and he just sinks to the bottom of the floor, and and then once he hits the bottom, he can kind of do limited things, but when he's done, there are weights that brought him down, and he just releases the weights, and then he floats right back up.
So congratulations, he is the filmmaker Steve Jobs. Doesn't really invent, just tells people what to do.
He wears it proudly.
Yeah, he does. I wonder if he wears a belt because Steve didn't.
He seems to. Does he have kids? Because he seems to talk about the ocean more than he does.
He does. He does have kids. He actually fucked Linda Hamilton too before, so I wonder if they had anything. I want to talk about a character that pisses me off a lot in this movie, and a character that just keep on coming back like a hemorrhoid. I want to talk about Spider.
Yeah.
Fuck this kid, dude. So, okay, for people, again, if you've not seen this movie, who is Spider? Spider is the bastard son of the human Colonel. What are you doing quotes for? It's the truth.
Yeah, is that, well, was it a clone?
This is where
the kid was
No,
cloned?
it wasn't a clone. No, he is the bastard son. And then this is when Sarah needs to come into the show and say, well, what about the mom? Who's the fucking mom?
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Who's the mom? And where's
the
mom?
That's bullshit.
Yeah, we're getting down to it.
Is it Sigourney Weaver?
Yeah, well, we know that Sigourney Weaver is Kiri's mom.
How? She's dead.
How indeed?
She died in the first movie.
No,
and then
yes. Because there is a body, no death. We see her body.
She's dead, Eric.
Her body's right there.
It doesn't breathe.
It's incubated.
We saw a body. Oh my god!
It's suspended in a gel that Allah herself blessed. Awa.
Do you think when Sigourney Weaver's Avatar comes out, the warm liquid goo, she does what Austin Powers did?
Yeah, I think
evacuation.
Evacuation. Goo phase.
Yes. No, I hate Spider, so I want to explain who Spider is to people. So Spider is allegedly the bastard son, literally, of the Colonel, human Colonel. He decides to clone himself twice, or maybe has Spider naturally, and Spider was left behind because infants cannot go through
deep space,
or can't get frozen, right? So he lives with the natives. He becomes one with them, and he, I don't know, is cool with them. But then as soon as he gets kidnapped by his father, he turns on them. I was like, Spider's not going to say anything. And he gets tortured. Spider gets tortured by the female Colonel now, right? Ooh. And all of a sudden, the Avatar Colonel's like, wait, no, let me talk to him. And he doesn't really smooze them. He's just like, hey, do what I say. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't do anything. He's like the Avatar Colonel's like, hey, show me where they are. And the Spider's like, okay.
Whoa, his natural paternal force guiding Spider to do his will.
Oh, God. Eric, come on. Tell me that Spider's stupid as hell.
He was in Scream 6.
Spider?
Yeah.
Who was he in Scream 6?
He was one of the stabbers. He was one of the Ghostface. He was one of the kids. It was Dylan Mulrooney's kids.
So they must have filmed this movie like 4 years ago because that's a kid.
I think they did Avatar first because obviously Avatar Way of the Water was filmed in 1993.
What are you talking about?
It was filmed
1993.
I'm joking because took 13 years to make.
Okay, all right. I was confused. All right.
No. Because Way of the Water started filming so long ago, so I believe here I'll pull it up that he was done filming as Spider and was able to then move on to other projects. Yeah, He did Avatar, it was a 2002 project. Scream is 2003 project.
That kid had a
He was
growth
in
spurt.
Avengers. Oh, as Kid on Bike. Good for him.
Well, I didn't even know who they was, but I hated spiders. So
Yeah, he
now,
reminded me of something from was like that. I don't know, like a John Carpenter role or like 10,000 BC.
nice. Yeah. I absolutely hated him. So
He's a 30 teenager.
it doesn't look 30 in this
Doesn't
movie.
look a teenager.
No, actually, can I say something real quick before I get back to the big
Sorry,
stuff?
I'm
Kind of
derailing. Go
segue.
ahead.
I saw an interview this morning. I think it was Fallon or it was Kimmel, and Sigourney Weaver was on. And you know me, aliens, Sigourney Weaver. I'm gonna watch anything that goes with her. And she was interviewed recently, right, to promote this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And they were asking her about the movie, about Avatar 2, and she goes, "Oh, I filmed that like 6 years ago. I don't remember much."
Yeah.
And they're like, "What?" Like Kimmel, I think it was. And Kimmel's like, "What? You filmed like 6 years ago?" She was like, "Oh yeah, like I filmed my scenes like 6 years ago, but it took them this long to actually like render everything." It's like, oh my god.
Crazy how
Anyway,
movies works, huh?
yeah, that's pissed me off. So now
You get paid for that, right? Like as an actor, like imagine you get signed on to do a movie and you complete the movie, your contract part, or at least for the filming part contract, you complete that, and you go do your life for like 2, 3 years, or in this case 6 years, and then one day you get a phone call and be like, "Hey, remember that thing you did years back? Well, it's completed. We need you to go on the circuit now. We need you to do a promo and stuff for it." It's like, is that part of the same contract? Is that another
it
paycheck that they get, like a double paycheck? Is that just constant residuals floating in?
has to be. I mean, Marlon Wayne still gets Batman.
I guess if
So
your representation is good enough, I'm sure it is.
right, Sigourney Weaver, she does what
If
she
you're
wants.
Sigourney Weaver, yes. If you're Edie Falco, sure. If you're Jack Champion, probably not.
Probably not.
Who plays
So
Spider-Man?
now here comes the point where I get the stink face, right? Because from Avatar 1 and up to this point, my arms were folded. I'm grumpy. This movie is what? I don't understand. And now here comes the grump face, the anger. This is where the crux of it is. This movie goes from a Pocahontas story, I will insult it there, to a montage story about forest people learning to swim who don't have the same body structure as the water people, but they're going to be just as good, right? To a Free Willy ripoff.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I yelled. This movie turns into a Free Willy ripoff. They have these smart whales that kind of look like the Tremors characters in a way with the big mouths,
Yeah,
right?
they do look like graboids.
And graboids, thank you. And these whales are migrating. They're like, oh my god, these whales are so smart. These whales have figured out that they can't kill or murder or do anything, but they're peaceful and they're so intelligent. Besides this one dude, this one whale has been outcasted by the other whales. So Willie, the whale, the outcasted whale with the bent fin, decides to imprint. I'm saying that to be a jerk too.
Oh,
To
no.
imprint the bastard son of Mr. Glass,
Hold
so they're
on.
best friends.
Okay, before, yeah, so right around this time too, we get a part where Kate Winslet.
Who's Kate Winslet in this?
Oh my goodness, you did not know she was in this movie? She's the pregnant uh, water leader.
Oh, really? She's the queen?
Yeah, she's the matriarch of
Looks
the water
nothing
people.
like her. Looks nothing like her at all.
Yeah, well, that's her hissing and everything.
All right. All right.
So
Continue.
yeah,
Go
and
ahead.
who is in her husband Tonawari, and her name is Ronal. I see
I'm
you.
surprised Leo's not in this.
Anyway,
My
there's a
God.
moment where they, as their water tribe, are going out to meet with those orca whales. I guess I know there's something with a T, and I'll look it up to correct myself. so I don't piss off
Graboid
some
whales.
people. The graboids. But she starts talking to one like casually. They start small talking, like, "Oh, hey, how are you?" And he's like, "Oh, fine, I'm pregnant. How are you?" It's like, "Oh, that's good. Good to hear."
No, she ain't pregnant. She has a baby. She has.
Tulkin,
She has a baby. She ain't pregnant.
They were well, sure, yeah, but they were doing a little back and forth. I swear, nothing short of like talking about the weather. And I wanted to like at that point, that was the one I would tweet James Cameron and be like, "Stop." Like, if you needed to build a relationship between these two, you could have done that, I think, a different way rather than them doing a casual hi, hello. "Oh, hey, sister, how are you?" "Oh, I'm fine, sister. I had a baby." "Oh, yeah." It's just kind of a weird thing, but sure. I get it. They're connected, and there's a spirit bond, which is another weird fucking thing because I'm pretty sure in the first movie there was a whole spirit bond with the flying creatures, right? That there was a whole thing that there was a moment where you had to court them, you had to defeat them, right? And then you could latch onto
The
them.
hair,
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, exactly. And then you paired up with them, and then that was your guy. That was your your
That was your
spirit
flying
animal.
thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And apparently, now that we're in Avatar 2, those things are just a goddamn dime a dozen, and you can just go ahead and jump from one to the other. You can go ahead and just do a little call, little knock knock in the air, and the nearest one, who's obviously got nothing else better to do and just been in the area, is just gonna
Right.
swoop on down and be like, "Okay, let's do it." I was waiting for you to call me. And the same with the water, these water creatures that they have here too. These things are just so effortlessly. I mean, like even in some movies where they're doing with horses, like at least they can obey that a horse just isn't in the wild and they can just whistle and something's just going to come across the fucking prairie and it's just like, oh, away I go into the sunset type of thing. And that's what this movie was. Whenever they needed something to be mobile, they can just go, go gadget, jet skis,
Nice.
and that's what they got. And that was really a bother too, because again, I thought everything was about a bond, and they seem to be very polyamorous on this planet.
Nice with the polyamorous. What pisses me off too about it is that the whales don't fucking talk.
Yeah,
So
they're
just communicating. The whales know sign language. They know English, but they're like these super smart creatures. And then all of a sudden, Eric, this movie turns into Free Willy 2.
Yeah.
Because it's about whalers. The rest of the movie is about whalers.
Yeah. We ignore unobtainium now, right? It's unobtainium is not even a mention.
This movie turns into whalers, and I'm just like, oh no, this is the plot of Free Willy 2. Oh my God, no. So we have these group of whalers that they go out, like I'm assuming the first movie too, and they kill smart whales, like brutally killed them by sound missiles that like hits their chest, and like this looks terrible.
Yeah.
To get like a vial of warm liquid goo that stops aging for humans. Like, seriously, that's it.
That's it.
It's like, wait a minute, what about unobtainium? Do we have a group of humans that are trying to hoard that stuff? Do we have the whalers? Are the whalers a part of Weyland-Yutani? Oh my God, the whalers have literally crab robots?
Yep.
Oh, James Cameron, you are fishing, you are jumping the shark. Hey, what's in water? Crabs. Let's make crab robots. Like, oh
Confirm
my.
this is RDA Marine Operations.
I'm so pissed off. I'm so pissed off.
Led by Captain Mick Scoresby and
I hate this guy.
And Jermaine Clint.
I hate this captain because this captain's like, I'm not going to do that stuff. I have quotas to meet. I'm not going to help you in your mission. Oh, you're threatening me? All right, I'll help you. Like, oh, shut the fuck up.
You think that's bad? The Water Tribe apparently was cool as shit with these people whaling and killing all these whales as long as it was on the other side and not in their backyard.
Did they know the whalers?
Yeah.
Did they say that?
Yes, the leader to Tonawari, excuse me, had said, these whalers, when they were on the other side, but now it's here. They knew that they were there, and they were basically, don't, you do
Right.
you over there, just don't bring it over here. And then as soon as they came over here, then it got ugly.
Eric, did you expect when you press play that Avatar 2 was going to jump the shark and have a movie be about whalers? Because that's the last hour.
I didn't know, honestly, yeah, I didn't know what they were going to do after the first one. The runtime felt like it was, I don't know, again, I don't know what story they're trying to tell. It feels like it's just, again, a cocaine fueled story of just like, okay, whoa, back on track. Let's stick to the one thing at the time here. Let's go back to this world tree. So what, you're telling me there's more than one world tree on this planet? You're telling me there's more than one tribe here on these different planets here? So you're telling me that this group of RDA here, that they must have completely done a global scan, right, to kind of see everything. If they're trying to farm from this a mineral, did they know about the water people? Do they know about the other tribes and the other areas of this planet? Or is it just the one area that they're going for? Like, there's so many different questions. Logistically, I would like to know about what they're trying to do. And then they drop this piece of shit bomb on me, Edie Falco, when she's trying to explain everything to the Colonel in this movie in her little mech suit, her little James Cameron robot suit. And
Clearly the power loader from Aliens,
look
yes.
very close to it, right? Where
Yes.
she says that Earth is dying and they're looking for a replacement, and Pandora is the planned replacement.
Okay.
They're gonna
Again,
colonize here, and
been there,
and
done that.
that is something right there where I am just pissed about that.
Yeah.
And this is where I got into a fight with somebody online about, because it's just like there's
What?
way more options to. Why would you colonize on a moon where you can't breathe its air on? You have to wear a mask on it. Like, in half the planet is hostile towards you, and there are many other options. Other, like Saturn's moons, are probably options before even doing this. I'm sure Mars is a better option than this. There's so many different other options that you could choose besides flying an entire planet population's worth of people 4.5 light years away into this other moon here that is also alive. I
Yeah,
who
that was,
knows?
well, no. That was brought up in the first movie. They didn't even touch that in this movie.
So
You know what
yeah,
I mean? Like they didn't even touch that in this movie. And then one of the things I kind of want to go with you on is that I'm not worried about them and the breathability. We found that another Cameron movie with aliens. Remember, that's the whole plot of Aliens. Alien 2 is they go back to LV-426 because they're terraformers to make the world breathable.
yes.
That's what they're going to do eventually here, right?
So they're just completely gonna terraform this thing. But remember,
Yeah.
uh, it'd be bad PR for all the marketing. So I say fuck off to anyone who argues that. It's just like, if that's the case, then just nuke the planet. Then just nuke, or the parts that you need to have, and harvest your unobtainium and whatever the hell, and then call it a day. Like, don't pretend like you're trying to be civil when you're slaughtering the living people and the living animals of this planet. It's dumb. In any argument that anyone has about that is, I don't get it. Like, it's a weak argument.
I just wish that the humans had motivation. Like in the first movie, the colonel's like, "Hey, I'm going to give you an hour, Mr. Scully, to like get them to move out of Home Tree. And if you're not out in an hour, then I'm going to blow up Home Tree." And they just like, I actually felt bad for the people. I'm just like, oh my god, like that's terrible. And in this movie, this Free Willy ripoff of whales, just oh
Oh,
god,
jeez, dude.
oh
Poor Zoe Zeldana, by the way, too.
who's
Who
that?
she is Gamora, I guess.
Gamora. Gamora takes a back seat in this movie.
She plays Natiri. Yeah.
The
Uh,
fuck is where the fuck is Gamora?
Listen, in the first movie and in this movie, it's basically her just screaming, right? It's all of her is just reacting. She's supposed to bring the emotion and kind of the gravity of the situation to light when she cries, but that's all it is. It is her just crying, her just yelling, he's going, no, no, or no, and just, I have to leave, whether it be her leaving the tribe, or her being worried about their kids, or her son dying eventually, finally, which is another dumb thing too, because all the parents, all like, I don't know how many parents are in this movie anymore, lost count. I think it's just the four I was to think of though. But they tell all their kids, stay here, wait here, don't go
And the
anywhere,
kids
stay
never
here,
do.
wait here, don't go anywhere, stay right here.
And
Don't
they
leave.
don't, and the kids get into mischief, and that
Every
irritates me too
fucking
every fucking
time.
time. Look, one of the issues that I have, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but hear me out on this for a minute, okay?
We've had many issues, of course. Just keep going.
The okay, so like I say Gamora out of disrespect, not because of Guardians, but for this movie. So like Gamora was like the crux, right? Like Gamora was like the main plot of the first movie, right? She was a strong female character, right? Just badass, right? In this movie, she takes a fucking back seat and does whatever her husband tells her to do, and it's like that's not even your character. Like I'm not about this. I'm not trying to say, oh, this is an anti-feminism kind of movie. I'm just pissed off because like that's not your fucking character. It'd be like if Ripley actually like no, I'm sorry. It'd be like if Hicks and Ripley gets married at the end of Alien 2 and then Alien 3, he's like, hey Ripley, take a back seat. Hicks got this. It's like that's not the character.
Yeah,
Like that pissed me
she
off
the
so
daughter
much.
of the leader, one of the tribe leaders
And
in the
then
first movie.
And then the first movie, her dad, the chief, got destroyed in the Battle of Home Tree. So then like her dad like gave her like the bow and arrow. So
Yeah.
she's like chief, but all of a sudden Mr. Glacier, who is not really real Navi, wins the battle. He becomes chief in the past 12 years
Dude,
because why? Like why the fuck did he take her power away from chief? I don't fucking know. And this movie becomes Free Willy, and then all the fucking sudden this movie becomes fucking Titanic.
Yeah.
Like this is where I get mad, Eric, and I'm trying to calm down because James Cameron, you steal from your own movies. Like I mean, like there's literally scenes where fucking Gamora is in the ship when it's sinking. Pun intended. She's sinking and she's like grabbing the top of the hold of all the metal stuff trying to get through. That's straight from Rose trying to save Leo. And it's like, what are you doing, James?
I don't understand
Like,
why these people suddenly can't hold their breath, by the way. That in especially in that scene. I'm sorry, like my head is obviously in my hand as I say this.
Mhm.
But you know what I mean? Like that's just the movie is filled with shit like this,
Right.
where it's just like, well, wait a second, you spent a whole 2.5 hours explaining how they, or 2 hours, I guess, explaining how they could breathe underwater, and now suddenly they're in a situation where that would be, well, just a wonderful thing. Maybe not breathe underwater, but hold their breath to where they can go underwater. Like, that would be a wonderful thing to have right now. And for some reason, they just can't do it. Are they physically exhausted or something like that? It just seems to be like when you choose to, they're allowed to. I don't know. Jake Sully was able to fight a man or fight somebody underwater, no problem, but for some reason can't hold his breath for an additional 2 minutes.
Right. And then he was trying to say to his son, also when you get to that part. So the evil Colonel Avatar, we get the whaling issue coming in, right? We talked about that. The whales come in, squish, kill guys. Lot of random human death. It was fun, right? Like some of these spears that go through the human death. It was fun.
This actually was amazing. I will say right now that in my lack of attention in this movie, where I was in and out, really, this had me put everything down, turn my chair around, and I was watching. This was a great action sequence.
With the
James,
whales?
I wanted all of this. Not the whales, but when they did the fight scene. Oh, we're talking about the whaling scene.
The whale fight scene?
The whaling in the fight scene was pretty good too.
Yeah.
I don't. There's a few different scenes you're talking about, but the camera work in this movie was fantastic. There was a part in the trees too, in the nighttime when the trees glow
Yeah.
with that twilight effect. When one of the kids it was either Natiri or Kiri, I think, was running through the branches, and just the way that the camera was kind of tracking them a bit more, like they stayed frame. and you could kind of see them like work it down. Like there was depth to that environment, and it was very good camera work. I was very impressed by that, and it's something like that where I can say this would be worth the 3D experience. This would be worth like that immersive thing. But in that part, it feels, again, I'm going back to what I've said plenty of times before. It feels like the ride. Like, have you gone to MGM Studios or like Disney World in those 3D movie theaters that they have? This
Sure.
would feels like that. It feels like it's getting better to that area where you're making a movie specifically for the effect and
Was
you're
this
sidestepping the story.
was this released in 3D? Because I don't remember the advertisement saying this was like a spectacle 3D thing. Because isn't like the real 3D thing dead now?
Isn't everything released in 3D?
No, I haven't seen anything released in 3D in quite some time.
The first one was done in all the 3D stuff. I think
Right.
this one was just done in the. Let me take a look. I thought it was done like the Ultra K or just kind of like a high end resolution type of thing.
This was no 3D glasses like the first
Filming.
one was.
Yeah.
Oh. This one was not, right? This was not like come to the theater, put glasses on like we used to, like the all black glasses. Like
I
this
mean,
was
it
not.
was not the glasses, but they're trying to do like an IMAX thing. So this was done
Okay.
in the big IMAX and like effects. They're trying to make it because 3D is failing because people have to put on glasses. People still don't like doing that part, right? So they kind of want like a 3D experience where it doesn't involve glasses. And I think that's even. Oh yeah, Cameron said that he wanted the film to be shown in glasses-free 3D. So, he even explains it, where it's just kind of like a color slated auto stereoscopy method of like. Well, I'm doing a horrible
Just
example of visually giving it to you and also explaining it, but maybe people could just Google that and let it explain for itself before I embarrass myself even further.
just put speakers in the seat if you want to immerse people, right?
That's safe for
Um,
Fast and Furious, buddy.
yeah. So evil Avatar Colonel guy kidnaps the kids again, the fifth time in this movie. The ship sinks because Willie, the whale, jumps on it. Willie stop. I'm serious, dude. When the whale jumps and they do the slow motion thing, it cuts to one of the kids looking at him slow mo, and I was like, that's completely Free Willy. The ship.
Because Spider throttled it into the
Spider.
island.
And then one of the kids, the oldest son, gets shot in the chest and has a great death scene. And the parents were pissed. I felt Gamora's pain there for a second. Kind of brought me back because I'm a parent myself. So how would I react, right, to the death of a child? Sure. And then we get this amazing fight sequence. Yes, I will agree with you, Eric. Cameron showed us from Terminator, Aliens, and everything else that he's done. The dude knows how to film action.
Oh yeah.
He knows how to film action. And the fight sequence is great, but then what pisses me off is Sully wins. And Spider has a change of heart, and he can't tell everybody else because he saves his drowning father. And his drowning father gets on one of those dragon things and flies away, and Spider doesn't tell anybody. Is this part 3? Are we gonna go to desert people next? Sand people, right? Are we gonna do that next? And then is part 3 gonna be another revenge plot? Why save him? Why did Spider save the dad? Because now
kind of saved him, I guess.
Why can't you just give us a new villain? Kill this character. It's dead. He's already a clone. Who cares? The first one was the beginning. The second one is the revenge plot. The revenge plot is done. Done.
Yeah. Well, he lives, unfortunately, and that is a bother.
This movie allegedly lives because we're going to get 3 freaking more. There's supposed to be 5 total.
Yeah.
And also,
probably going to get a red Navi in the next one. Red or like yellow Navi, right?
Well, yellow because of the sand people. That's what they're going to be next, right? Because they're going to go to different regions. what is the actress who plays Gamora and her? What's her name? Zoe something?
Just Zoe Saldana.
Zoe Saldana. So Zoe, you're a liar. I'm saying this to you just as a reviewer. You said that you don't want to continue playing Gamora because you don't want to do franchises. Well, you signed on to do 3 fucking more Avatars. So congratulations. The next one's not going to come out till 25, allegedly. So
and are they already done filming, and that it's just all visual effects? Like, didn't he say that he has enough to film? I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore, and I really am losing. You know.
So let's get into our popcorn. It's Eric. Is this going to be your first bag of kernels? You've never given a bag of kernels.
Well,
I've given 2.
Yeah.
What is your popcorn rating for Avatar 2, Eric?
Yeah, I guess I might just give. I'd rather give it a no. I'd rather give it a no bag.
Okay, Eric. What does a movie have to do to piss you off so much
I have to walk out. I think I have to not be able to finish it.
You didn't even give Halloween Ends a bag of kernels, and that movie.
I was able to finish it, but I again was already 3 movies in to kind of see closure here. There's been a few movies I have actually, being surprised, walked out of. Okay, in my life.
Well, movie guys era though.
Not movie guys there, I don't think, but
so no.
Okay. That's where I like to hold that in regard. So, you want me to give you I haven't mentioned which movies I've walked out before on the show, right?
You have, but I'm just saying for movie guys era.
Sky Captain and The World Tomorrow.
Fair enough.
I didn't think I lasted 20 minutes.
But like, so are you saying that this movie is a no bag, or is this like, I'm like, our worst review ever is Bag of Kernels? Like, you have not said anything positive besides the visuals.
Listen, I really don't like anything about this movie as far as like character, story. I mean, any sort of like plot-driven thing that's not keeping me interested in this at all. There are holes in it everywhere. Is it well acted? I don't even know. I don't even know what the actors are trying to do. Everyone has different accents. Jake Sully is just dry as toast. Jesus, get this guy out of here. What? Everyone's screaming in Na'vi, and they're all hissing, and they're haka-ing, and they're all doing this, and he's just going, okay, let's roll. And he takes his magic machine gun that can go underwater and then be able to shoot no problem. And then they have magazines, I guess. But I don't understand like how the gun situation works. If you're able to scope and see them, you can see them in your lens with just your rifle there. You're telling me that you couldn't get any sort of alternative weapon? Gee, it really does hurt that they're using as a visual, as a way to just look, to telescope in these people. They're putting them in the reticles, right? Pop, roll credits.
You want to give this a bag of kernels. I can feel it, Eric. Well, you want to.
You're pushing me hard for it, Jordan, but I'm still going to be standing firm that bag of kernels is something where I just don't finish it. If I was you, Matilda would be a bag of kernels. So you couldn't even finish it, right?
Oh yeah, I got halfway through.
Yeah. So Princess Di, how about that? The Diana musical.
Yeah.
That's a bag of kernels.
Okay, so this one, so Avatar: Way of Water is a no bag. What would you give the first one? Because I already said I gave that one a small bag.
I saw that one in theaters. Believe it or
you
not.
Did go see that?
I saw that one on an opening launch, and I saw it next to one of the largest and sweatiest men, and it was not fun. My whole experience. I did not appreciate the runtime of this movie. I didn't appreciate the runtime of that movie, and that's what kills me in this. Is that James Cameron? Is that you could probably make so much more money if you probably could have made 2 movies out of this. You probably could have turned this 5-piece into an 8-piece nugget real quick.
Make this a limited series. Like I said, this movie is great if it's a limited series. The two combined.
I mean, you
Season
could,
1, season 2.
you know,
Great.
perfect timing. You'd get the funding for it because it could be your own little MCU. It could be the
Yeah.
Avatar universe. It could be your own little Pandora, and you could build a whole world, and it would be
Right.
fantastic. And you could, you know, tell your little environmental stories about that. But instead, this thing is just some force-fed, you know, like, listen, James Cameron, had a notebook one day, okay, and he went to probably the dirtiest part of like the druggiest area of like Vermont, and he went to a street corner.
He's Canadian, so Toronto.
Yeah, it was a hike for him, and that's why he went there. You know,
Yeah.
because they don't have that problem in Toronto. Not
No.
like Vermont. You know,
No,
that's
not
where
in
all
Calgary. Not
no,
happening.
no, sir. And he went to the nearest crazy person on the corner, a homeless man who had not been fed for 3 days and been drinking nothing but water
Whiskey.
from a drinking fountain, you know, and maybe some whiskey that if he could, right? He's hallucinating, and he's just been going off in the corner. And he wrote down everything that man said for a week. And he came back and said, "Everyone, you'll never believe this, but while I was filming Titanic, I came up with the idea to film Avatar in 6 or 5 different movies. Don't tell anyone that I stole it from this homeless man." But that's what happened. I would believe that story. And
So
I
a
want
no
it to
bag
happen.
No bag for you.
Sorry, I went off on a trip there. Yes, this is a no bag.
I will not give the pleasure for this movie to say it's a bag of kernels. This movie did not burn me the way that Halloween Ends burned me. I want to make that clear. Eric, you and I review differently. I feel like, and please correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like I review more of raw emotion, and I feel like you kind of review more of a logical kind of standpoint. You know what I mean?
I
Like
prefer to be wooed. Yes.
but I always kind of review off of raw emotion. And after Halloween 2018 and Halloween Halloween Ends burned me. It killed me. It did. It really did. So did this movie do that? Did this movie kill me? No, this movie didn't kill me because I didn't care because I never saw the first one in theaters. So I spent a week with Avatar. I spent a week on Pandora. I don't get the cultural impact of it. I don't get the $2 billion. This movie looks like, maybe I'm spoiled, but this movie looks like any Illumination, Pixar, Disney movie that's come out in the past 5 years to me. I have a 4K TV at home with a surround sound system. It did nothing for me. The story is god awful, meaning that, like you said, it's like somebody snorted cocaine and just went like, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. It is 3 different stories in one. It goes from a forest movie to a runaway movie. Oh, sorry, 4 stories in one, to a revenge movie to a whaling movie. Didn't expect that to happen. Yeah, so this movie's not a bag of kernels. It's not a small either. This movie, I agree with you. It's a no bag. It's something I don't want to see again. And I will say, I asked you permission earlier if I can go off, and I'm going to refrain from going completely off because I don't want to bore you or the audience. But I will say, I will give a compliment, and then I'm going to insult James Cameron. I will always respect you for what you've done from Terminator 1 to Titanic. But after that, fuck you. I mean, like, you broke my heart. So
to note, a domestic made 684 million, which is about 30% of its profit, but it made a 1.6 billion internationally, which is the gross margin.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah. No bag for me, no bag for you. I mean, I was excited to talk to you about this one, man. I knew going into this we were gonna rip it to shreds, and actually had fun talking about it. Hope we didn't offend anybody, but yeah, fuck this movie. Like, don't see this. This is bad. This is bad. But what's not bad is go to movieguyspodcast.podbean.com. You like that one?
That's cute.
Do you like that?
Every time.
You like that. Now you can check us out on Twitter at MovieGuysPod. You can check us out on Spotify. You can check us out on Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, wherever you get your podcast from.
Hold on.
We're on it.
You know what? Like there are times I'm going to interrupt you as we're doing this because there are so many times when I listen to this over and I'm like, we should have brought this shit up. But we didn't even talk about how Sigourney Weaver's character is able to be one with the moon now. How she's the whisperer and she's in tune with everything and she's the new Awa.
And how we're led to believe that the nerd dude from the first movie is the father somehow because Sigourney Weaver gave that up to that dude.
Norm. Yeah, played by Joel David Moore there. Yeah.
Stop it. Sigourney Weaver did not open up for that dude.
Sorry, I keep on going. No, he waited for her to be incubated.
Nice. Like a guy like that would. Like Buck from Kill Bill.
Yeah. Or Stephen Lang's character from Don't Breathe.
Don't Breathe. There you go. I could go on and on and on with you about this. I really could. But yeah, guys, pass this one up. If you feel like you have to see it. But it's nothing. You're not seeing nothing special. But continue on the downloads, everybody. And like always, we're always back on Thursday for another awesome episode. Eric, thanks so much for joining me. And we'll be back next week. Have a good night.